so important to embrace being unique because we all fit in. And imagine if we all looked the same, how dull would society be?
Hi, I'm Afraz and I'm here with Arti Shah for Place to Be's Children's Mental Health Week. This year's theme is This Is My Place, and we're going to be talking all about what it means to belong and belonging as a whole. So Arti, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
Of course. So I wanted to know, where do you most feel like you belong and can say, this is my place?
On a personal level, I would say with my family and being at home and just being in my surroundings, that's where I belong. But on a professional level, I would say work, because I feel that I can be myself and I feel really accepted. And the industry that I work in, it just feels so perfect for me.
That's like that sort of community you feel with your work. Like,
yes, that we have
going to work and you feel
one goal, we have common interests, and we're very like-minded people.
That's so cool. I think that's quite similar to me because I'm like quite part of a drama club and I'm part of like a run club, and sort of that sort of outward experience of going and meeting different people, that's like quite similar to your work as well.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Has there been any moments in your life where you've struggled to feel like you belong?
Yes. So when I was 14, I had stones thrown at me. I was name called because of my height. And that led to a dark time where I felt like I did not belong in society, in the world, or belong full stop. And I was very close to having leg lengthening surgery so I could fit in and be like what I thought I should be, like what society expected of me. But a week before the surgery, I pulled out and I realised if I did not love who I was, how can I expect anybody else to love me? And that is so important, to love who you are and be who you are. And it's so important to embrace being unique because we all fit in and our differences are what makes us. And imagine if we all looked the same, how dull would society be?
I think that reminded me of like a very key quote that I always live by is, if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. I think what you said is just perfectly encapsulates that. Linking to that, obviously you talked about belonging with your family and also with work as well. It can also link to hobbies, clubs, teams and communities. So in terms of belonging, did you have any of those, particularly when you were growing up?
When I was younger, I didn't really go to many clubs, but I found myself in books. I loved reading and I had so much time then to read so much and just escaping and using my imagination, and that just made me feel really like in my comfort zone.
Yeah. What books would you say were sort of like your favourites growing up?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I think back then there wasn't Harry Potter, but if I was younger, I would have started off reading Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any authors can you think of?
My favourite, I don't even remember how old I was The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy.
I need to check that out.
That was a beautiful book.
Okay, I need to check that out, definitely. Linking to that sort of, obviously you talked about books and feeling like you could escape to that sort of world. Feeling safe and connected to people isn't just about fitting in and being the same, it's about being accepted as who you are, sort of what you mentioned before. So would you agree to that sort of idea about not fitting in and just being accepted?
I think, yes. If you try and fit in, sometimes you mould yourself to fit in accordingly. And I think it's important to accept who you are so others accept you and you can be yourself.
I think definitely I sort of relate to that because I had an idea, because I'm at college at the moment.
Yes.
So I'm one of the only South Asian students in my college at the moment. So when I came in, I was like, oh, I really need to fit in. I need to be part of this society. But then when I got in, I was like, oh, it's just about accepting who I am, and then other people will accept me for who I am.
Yeah,
so
be who you are.
Exactly, yeah. I think there was that.
Who you are.
Yeah, it was that sort of idea I had. There was like a switch in me.
Yeah.
I changed and I just became who I was.
And I bet people love you for who you are.
Yeah, let's hope. So as an actress, performer and speaker, you move around a lot for work. How do you cope with these changes? Do you ever feel like you lose your sense of belonging because of this?
No, because I think it's important to be grounded and always carry your values and your beliefs with you and just be who you are. So wherever you go, you are still who you are and you will still belong. My first location job abroad was on Star Wars The Force Awakens, and we were in Abu Dhabi. It absolutely 100% felt like the beginning of a new family, my Star Wars family, because we all had one goal. We all had so much love and heart about what we were going to do, and there was so much excitement. We just, naturally looked out for each other, and it was just wonderful. And I think working on something, you are surrounded by like-minded people as well, and you just naturally want to make sure that everybody's okay.
I can't talk to you without mentioning Paddington the Musical. Like, it's so cool. Genuinely, you sitting here, I'm like, it's just crazy, honestly. This is your debut on the West End stage. What has that been like? Have you always felt like you belonged on stage?
I think so. I think it was meant to be. I really feel at home, and I never, in my wildest dreams, that I would be working in theatre, on a leading role, West End musical that's taken the world by storm, and it's just so much fun, and it just feels like I was really meant to be here.
Has there been like a highlight for you acting on stage?
Every night is a highlight.
Really?
I get to have so much fun with the role, with the story, with the storytelling. I get to spread joy and kindness to the audience every single night, and what more could somebody ask for?
Why do you think it matters that children and young people have places, people and activities that help us feel like we belong?
To find something that you love, find something that you feel makes you feel at home, makes you feel grounded, makes you feel like it's you, it's who you are, is so important. But at the same time, it doesn't happen overnight. You might try a number of things and think, oh, this isn't right for me. Why am I not belonging? But I promise you, keep going on, never give up on yourself, always believe in yourself, and you will find the thing that matters most to you, and you will belong, because we all belong.
Quickly, can I ask, what was like the turning point that you felt that you wanted to sort of do what you wanted to do in the career that you took, the path that you took?
I wanted to change perceptions, and I never gave up on that. And that was my driving force to come into this industry and do things differently, and show that no matter who you are and what you look like, anything can be possible as long as you constantly believe in yourself and never give up.
Finally, what things do you do or say to help someone else feel like they belong?
I have a mantra, which is hard work, self-belief and sheer determination. And with that in mind, anything can be possible.
I need to remember those three. I might put them on a wall something, so I remember that. Thank you so much for the chat today.
Thank you so much for having me, and you were wonderful.
Thank you so
You're
much.
a pro.
Thank you so much.